What's up guys, today's video is on the top 5 best turntables in 2024. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that all meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price performance or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the product, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 5. Audio-Technica at LP60X. Best budget turntable. Many a vinyl beginner has turned to Audio-Technica for their first turntables because the well-established company, they also make world-class headphones and microphones, produces reliable, easy-to-use, and affordable turntables for pretty much every level and budget. The LP60X, at just $150, is a great-sounding, stable, plug-and-play turntable that is as easy on the bank balance as it is getting started with. Fine, it's made mostly of plastic and it's not really upgradable. You can change the ATN 3600L stylus, but not the cartridge, for something better. But the LP60X's amazing automatic functions are perfect for beginners who might be intimidated by the act of lowering a needle onto a record at first. Its push-button operation lets you simply press a button to play. The tone arm lifts up on its own, moves into place, and lowers gently. When the record's done, the platter stops spinning automatically, and then a press of the stop button lifts the tone arm and moves it back to the starting position. Once you're comfortable, you can also do this manually, so win-win. A built-in phono preamp with a line-level phono output switch gives you connectivity options for your gear, whether you have powered speakers, an old receiver with a phono input, or something newer with an aux input. Instead, you can connect this thing to anything with its included 3.5mm to RCA cable. If Bluetooth is your thing though, you will not find connectivity with the LP60X, but for $70 more, look at the LP60X BT. If you've got an old box of your dad's 45s or LPs just waiting to be dusted off and played, it's hard to go wrong at this price. It's also available in black, red, brown, and gunmetal to help spruce up your pad. Number 4. Fluence R81, the best turntable for mid-priced bang for your buck. The Fluence R81 is an excellent starter turntable. The reason? It's simple to set up and use for newbies, but you can switch out the cartridge to squeeze out more performance later on. You don't need to worry about getting a separate phono preamp either, as there's one built in, but you can turn that off if you want to use a more powerful external preamp in the future. We really enjoyed this turntable's sound during testing, but we did encounter a few issues. The Fluence R81's promised auto-off feature turns off the platter to prevent excessive needle wear, which is good, but you still have to return the arm to its resting place yourself. You'll also have to manually cue records, which isn't a deal breaker by any means, but may put off anyone looking for a fully automatic player. If that's you, the Denon DP300, also in this guide, is a great choice for a fully automated vinyl experience. Then again, if you want a more high-end performance from the get-go, take a look at the Project Carbon Evo at the top of our guide, but as we wrote in our review, if you want a turntable that just works, looks good, and can be upgraded later, the Fluence R81 is the turntable for you. Number 3. Denon D300F. The best turntable with fully automatic operation, the Denon DP300F is a gorgeous turntable that sounds just as good as it looks. If all you want is to listen to your records and not have to worry about cueing, premature needle wear, or digitizing your records, the Denon DP300 should be at the top of your list. Its features get you listening to your vinyl records as soon as possible, instead of having to fiddle with complicated components and manual cueing. Granted, the included DSN85 cartridge isn't the most accurate, but nevertheless it manages to make your music sound airy and reasonably detailed, delivering good performance for the price. You'll need to spend a lot more cash to hear much more detail. While the DP300 lacks the USB outputs of some of the best turntables listed here, it's still a great starting turntable for anyone who doesn't want to manually cue their albums or who has a habit of falling asleep while listening to music. The Denon's automatic start-out feature means your needle won't be worn down at the end of the record, as the arm immediately returns when an album is done. Number 2. U-Turn Orbit Special Gen 2. Best overall turntable. The original U-Turn Orbit Special was a really good turntable. I bought one in 2018, and it was one of my daily used decks for years. It had an Ortofon 2M red sound, a solid acrylic platter, and no-nonsense, simple belt-driven operation. But last year, U-Turn gave its entire Orbit lineup an update, and when I got my hands on the Gen 2 Special for review, all my gripes had been obliterated, landing it at the top of my list of favorite turntables. The Gen 2 Orbit Special is still as reliable as ever, but the Woburn, Massachusetts company has made some key upgrades that make it a no-brainer for a mid-range turntable. Chief among them is a redesigned, quieter motor and a new tone arm that's now a single piece of molded magnesium that reduces resonance and vibration transfer when compared to the first gen's aluminum version. Additionally, the acrylic platter now has a machined groove around its edge to keep the belt in place. The old model used to fall off constantly, and there's now an automatic speed selection dial, no more manual belt switching. Assembly and setup is still simple, takes about 10 minutes out of the box, and while I would have liked to see the numbered counterweight dial like on U-Turn's premium Orbit Theory make its way to the Special, adjusting it is still easy. However, I'd still recommend using a 4-scale gauge for simplicity. Once it's up and running though, the U-Turn Orbit Special is a dream to use and punches above its weight when it comes to sound, which thanks to the 2M Red, is crystal clear, balanced across the frequency range, and has depth and height favorable to all kinds of music. If you want to improve things even more, the Ortophon cartridge can be upgraded to the more premium 2M Blue, and you can get the turntable with or without a built-in phono preamp. The second Gen Special is available in black, white, red, blue, and green, as well as in real oak or walnut finishes for an extra $170, but damn, they look sharp. Number 1. Project Debut at Carbon Evo, the best turntable for most people. If you want to enjoy the rich sound of vinyl without losing out on a single scrap of audio information, check out the Project Debut Carbon Evo record player, one of the best turntables on the planet right now. The carbon fiber tone arm is supplied with a very capable Ortophon or Sumica cartridge. A new motor design, some damped and adjustable feet, and automatic speed change contribute no end to improved performance and improved ergonomics over the previous model from Project. It sounds fantastic. It doesn't matter the sort of music you like to listen to either. The Debut Carbon Evo laps it up. In our testing, we noted that every circumstance delivers a detailed and revealing listen, able to focus on the minutiae, even as it describes the complete picture completely convincingly. It has all the warmth and weight the vinyl format is famous for, but it doesn't get bogged down. Instead, it simply motors along in the most natural way imaginable. At a glance, it looks just like every other record player, but its steel platter is now heavier, thanks to a thermoplastic ring on its inside edge. This reduces operation noise. There's now a suggestion of convenience in the shape of a speed change switch at the bottom of the plinth. Previously, you'd have to take off the platter and move the drive belt to change speeds. But now 33.3 ppm can become 45 RPM or vice versa at a press. You can change the drive belt itself in order to play at 78 RPM. Both belts are included in the package. The one-piece tone arm is made of carbon fiber and comes fitted with a very capable Ortophon 2 Red cartridge, except in America, where it features a Sumico Rainier cartridge instead, with a choice of 9 finishes, including 5 very attractive new satin options. There's sure to be a Debut Carbon Evo to fit in with your interior decor choices. The Debut Carbon Evo is the most refined, upgraded, and enjoyable Project model we've ever tested, which is why it's our pick for the best turnable you can buy. But it's also the most expensive. Don't let the price put you off if you can afford it though. In terms of specs, it justifies its price with a new motor design, automatic speed change, improved performance and ergonomics, a choice